Hello, good morning. You are listening to the podcast series Talking Entrepreneurship, which is implemented in the framework of the project CROCO4U, developing cross-sectoral cooperation for youth employability in the Western Balkans. Today, we are going to discuss a topic, role of education in fostering entrepreneurship. But first, let me introduce you my guest, today's guest, Nikša Grgurević from Montenegro, from Herceg-Novi, who is an associate professor at the Faculty of Management in Herceg-Novi. Welcome, Nikša. It's very nice to have you here.
It's my pleasure to be here.
First of all, I would like you to briefly introduce yourself, and please also say some words about how you are connected to today's topic. What are your insights about the role of education in fostering young entrepreneurship in the Western Balkans?
First of all, thank you for the invitation. My role in this project, because I was mentor for the entrepreneurship, and I have opportunity to educate young people and to encourage them to start their own business. And I'm working as associate professor at the Faculty of Management, and I'm also teaching and working in some other faculties in Bosnia, PIM University, and in Serbia, School for Modern Business. And I'm also all the time, since I work at the faculties, in real business sector, because I'm CEO of one big corporation in Montenegro. So I can speak about this subject from the both sides, as someone who is teaching people and someone who employ these people. So what I see, before we answer the question which you ask about the entrepreneurship, we must ask ourselves how well our education system is aligned with the need of labor market today. The region faces challenges in education such as outdated curricula and inconsistencies between the skills taught in schools and those required by employers. There is an opinion that education and skills are the fundamental components of human capital today, and we can agree that the society with a big social capital have better development chances than societies who has a deficit of it. Today, I don't see the problem by individual faculty or school programs, but whole education system, as we can see. I see the lack of specific education practice, and I see the lack of those programs which educate young people to encourage them to be entrepreneurs, not to work only in the public administration as they used to. A lot of parents like to say to their child in West Balkan countries, it's a safe job to work in the public administration. But I think they need to learn how to deal with the business, and after that they can decide what to do next.
I understand, and I'm afraid that I completely agree with you. Also, from the perspective of Central Europe, I think we are facing the same hardships, same difficulties when it comes to the alignment of education and young entrepreneurship. But when it comes to Western Balkans, what do you think, or what kind of initiatives you know that are currently in place to promote young entrepreneurship in this region?
There are a number of initiatives from the European Union related to promotion of the entrepreneurship education, like European Entrepreneurship Competence Framework, the New Skills Agenda, 6 per Teaching Workshop, etc. Especially the various initiatives that encourage education of women entrepreneurs and also family business. But what we need a lot of projects like is CROCO4U, this project, because the exchange of idea between the young people and mentors who deal with these young people and learn them how to do, and they're introducing their business to somebody, and they learn from somebody what is wrong or what is right in their business ideas. So this type of exchange between the countries is something which we need more, and I see that kind of initiative in projects in our region that will be some kind of education which encourage young people to be the entrepreneurs.
Yes, and exactly that is why we are implementing the CROCO4U project. So I'm especially grateful that you mentioned it. So moving towards, what do you think? How can we encourage even more young people to choose entrepreneurship as a career path?
Encouraging young people to become entrepreneurs can be achieved through an early education. Educating young people for entrepreneurship is crucial importance because some countries in the European Union have entrepreneurship classes in their school curriculum at the primary and secondary school, not to speak about the faculty. Students at the faculty get opportunity to participate in some kind of business projects, and a large number of teachers are trained to impart entrepreneurial skills to young people. So I think it's crucial to get involved people from the primary and secondary school to learn about entrepreneurship. And when we talk about potential of young entrepreneurs in the West Balkan countries, it is recognized that they still face significant challenges in trying to realize their own ideas and start a business based on those ideas. Those barriers include social altitudes and also a lack of skills which are inadequate for entrepreneurial education. So I see that we need to encourage them, first of all, and to teach them from the primary and secondary school, and after that they can decide if they want to do that or if they want to start some kind of business in corporation or work for somebody.
So you have already mentioned the crucial role that primary education is playing in fostering young entrepreneurship. But as you are also an associate professor at the Faculty of Management, I also would like to ask you to elaborate a little bit on not only the role of education, like primary and secondary education, but also the role of universities in this matter.
The role of universities is the much more important for the development young entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurial education is important for shaping the way of thinking of young people, but also development skills, knowledge, and studies that are necessary for development entrepreneurial culture, because we need to deal with this kind of problem. We don't have so much practice in our school system. I don't see the problem at the individual school programs or faculty programs or the teacher. I see the problem in the whole school system, because whole school system need to have the concept to get involved people to much more thinking about entrepreneurship. At my faculty, from my point of view, I done a lot of with examples to my students, and they involved in some kind of marketing challenge, a lot of projects, business projects, and I learned them how to think and to have the entrepreneurial skills.
It's very inspiring to hear about such examples, and also your teaching methods, how you try to motivate your students to choose this career path. But moving forward, I would also like to ask you to share if you know any examples of successful education programs that foster entrepreneurship in the region.
I can mention this project, is it CROCO4U, because I took a part of the project CROCO4U as a mentor for entrepreneurship in my home country, Montenegro. I had the opportunity to educate and encourage a large number of young people to engage in entrepreneurship and to exchange experience between themselves, colleagues and lecturers from other countries of the region. They got new skills that are necessary for starting business. And this kind of project is something which we need in the region, because exchange of idea and encouraging of young people from different countries is, we make some kind of new way of practice learning of the people. So this kind of project helps between the education and the labor market, how to deal with this, encouraging young people to be the entrepreneurs.
Can you please elaborate on this and mention some concrete examples how these projects work?
I have a lot of concrete examples of that, because when a lot of my students start to do startup project after finishing study, and also I was in commission for project of women entrepreneurship with municipality of Herceg-Novi, which we gave some kind of starting money for developing new business for the women entrepreneurship. And that kind of examples, now they have the company which got 4 of employers for 4 years. So this kind of startup project is show to us what we can done with this type of exchange idea in the region, because a lot of young people make new relations and starting new business and employ another new young people. So that is some kind of nucleus which we need to encourage in the region.
I know that you're also planning to establish some co-working spaces and hubs in Herceg-Novi and in Montenegro. So can you please tell me the role of this and why they are important and how they can help young people to start small businesses or any startups in the region?
We are now working in our municipality of Herceg-Novi to new plan of small and medium enterprises, and also developing co-working space which municipality will be in charge of it. So it is some kind of way to encourage young people, to give them opportunity to have the space for some kind of decent money to start their own business, and also have some kind of free in charge for internet, for a lot of things. And that kind of connection with the people who are already in the business in the same co-working space will help them to learn something from them, what they do as mistake when they starting the business, and also to learn how to deal with the problems and to have some kind of connection with the people who are already involved in the business. And I see this kind of hubs as future in the region, because making network of the hubs also in our country and between the country, I can see as something which we need to think about in next projects. And that is the way to encourage people to think about entrepreneurship, to deal with their idea and to make the new startups which will help us to produce some new values in our countries, because we all have the same problems because we didn't use opportunities for the creative industry, for the IT sector, which is already established in the world and the European Union. So we have the chance to bring digital nomads to our country, and we also have in our country, in Montenegro, strategy for bringing digital nomads to country. And also we will do something in our municipality in Herceg-Novi about that, and network between the faculties, institutions, municipalities, hubs will help to improve this network to bring digital nomads to our country. What is the what is the advantages to bringing digital nomads to countries? They bring the knowledge and they bring the new investments and connections with this IT and creative industry sphere, which we didn't have and we didn't use as we can do.
So previously you have mentioned that lots of young people in your country and your region choose a career path in the public administration. They just go to university, study, and then right after that they want to start their work in the public administration instead of starting their own businesses and working as entrepreneurs. Why is that? Why is this tradition?
That's a good question, because when you ask your parents what is good for me to do, they will probably tell you it's a safe job to work in some kind of public administration. But they made a mistake, because during the communism, it was the safe job. Today, nothing is much more safe. So we need to encourage them to start their own business. But it isn't easy, because you see there are a lot of startups is going down at the first years of starting business, not only in our region, it's also in the world, a situation like this, because nobody encouraged them to do that. When you ask the parents, they tell you not to do that. When you go to the bank to take the credit, you get some kind of extra rate for the money, and you don't have so much support. I think we need to have some kind of investments funds in our country, in the region, who will encourage these young people and give them some kind of first credits for a rate which is not so high like they used to in the commercial bank. So I think when they decide to start the startup business, they need to have support at the first years, and after that we will make a network of new entrepreneurs and the new companies which will grow up and get our countries to be better.
Summarizing what has been said previously, how do you see the future of young entrepreneurship in the Western Balkans? What are your insights on this?
As I said before, we need to give opportunity to young people. They have very good ideas, as we can see on this kind of challenges which we have in this project CROCO4U. Also, there's a lot of ideas, but there isn't so much support. So I think that governments and Ministry of Economies need to think about how involve young people to entrepreneurship, because it's the future of that. Because if they don't have so much support from the some kind of funds and how they will start their business, and they need also to be involved in learning business, because the business is not only what you learn in the school. You need to have a practice, and you need to work for somebody before you make your own business, to learn how to deal with these things and problems which you have when you start the business. So that will be the main problem, not only for starting, but I see to developing business again. That's why I because I'm working, as I tell you, as a professor, and I'm also working in the real business sector for 22 years at main positions. I was CEO in many corporations. I see the future of entrepreneurship. We need entrepreneurship, and we need to involve young people to not work only in the public sector and only for somebody. They need to develop their own ideas, to believe in that, and to learn. They need to learn a lot how to manage the business. It is not same thing to thinking idea and to make this idea into reality, into business. That's why they need to learn a lot. That's why I have some book which is, let's say, my experience for 22 years working in the business. My idea is to help young people to not deal with the problems which we have as a young people, to help them, because business change a lot now. It's much more faster. So this kind of experience which we have, I was writing in the book, and I believe that will help them to encourage them to deal with the problems in the first years of starting business.
In today's podcast episode, Talking Entrepreneurship, we discussed the questions regarding the role of education in fostering entrepreneurship in the Western Balkans. With my guest, Nikša Grgurević from Herceg-Novi, we discussed about how education systems and education institutions can better prepare young people for becoming entrepreneurs, and what initiatives are already taking place in the Western Balkans that foster young entrepreneurship in this region. How can we encourage more young people to get involved in this field, and how can also the state and other initiatives support them in this project? Also, we discussed the role of educational system like primary and secondary, as well as university education in these projects. I would like to thank my guest for sharing his insights and very inspiring ideas about this topic. I hope that you enjoyed this discussion and that you will join us again. And as a wrapping up question, I would like to ask you what short advice you would give to younger generations if they want to start a business, or if they want to choose entrepreneurship as their career path.
Short advice would be to believe in themselves, and if they have some kind of ideas and dreams, to not listen to anybody, to start their own business. And even if they were wrong, they have another chance in life to starting again. So thank you for the invitation. I was glad to be today in this kind of conversation and podcast, and I believe that our projects and our conversations and this kind of podcasts will help young people to decide to be the entrepreneurs.
I hope so too. Thank you very much.